Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy, Ulan J. Up next on the GM, Ravens versus Chiefs. Game day, AFC Championship, keys to victory, and predictions. Do me a quick favor, hit like. If it is your first time checking us out, hit subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's talk about it. Everything said, man. Everything comes down to this. Us as a fan base, Ravens Nation, we have waited 18 long regular season games. We have waited a wild card round. We waited a divisional round. And it all comes down to this for us to earn our spot in the Super Bowl. So, how can we get this win? Well, let's start on the defensive side of the ball. I believe that the first key is to stop the run in the trenches. Understood, we have the best duo of linebackers in the entire league. But this game will be won or lost with our front three and their ability to stop the run. If you want to include Odafe, if you want to include Jadavion Clowney, Calvin Noy, Tavius Robinson, that's fine. But it must be stopped in the trenches. If we stop the run in the trenches, that means we are establishing the line of scrimmage. We're not allowing them to establish it. That means we are establishing it. I think this can be done by taking advantage of the absence of all pro Joe Tooney. I don't really care that he's out, right? Because you have to play who you play, right? And so I think that if we can exploit the backup who will be playing basically right over Justin Metabuke, if we can run some stunts, blitz through that hole, I believe that we have a great opportunity to stop the run in the trenches. Key number two defensively, continue to be in the right place, right time, do your own job. That's going to be key. In big games, sometimes there's a couple of players here and there who try and do another person's job. Do your own job, which is what we've been doing all year long. I don't see a reason why we have to get out of our roles. The Kansas City Chiefs do have an elite level quarterback for sure, but they don't have a receiver on this roster that I am afraid of. I know that Valdez Scantling, I know he has elite level speed. I know that Rice has stepped up and had a good season as a rookie or second year. I think he's second year player. And I know Travis Kelsey has been the top dog like he always is for this Chiefs offense. But I think if we can be in right place, right time, I think that we have an ability to manage their offensive output. I'm not even talking about shutting down the offense, just managing this offense. We have seen this offense be shut down a time or two. We saw the Raiders shut them down. We saw Detroit really manage this team early in the season. And there was another game, I think for a half and a quarter, the New England Patriots managed this offense. And there's a couple of other games. So there is examples where this offense can be managed. That's what I'm asking of the secondary. Be right place, right time, do your own job, and manage this offense. Key number three for the defense. We have to have elite level play from two players. I'm not going to name anybody that's expected. We expect Metabuke to show up. We expect Roquan Queen to show up. We expect Kyle Hamilton to show up. But for two players, we have to have them be accounted for in this game. Odafe Owe off the edge. The Kansas City Chiefs have some suspect right and left tackle uh, players. They absolutely do. They've been the most penalized, whether it's for holding or whether it's for offsides in the whole league. If Odafe always shows up with his quick twitch, his speed off the edge, I think that he could cause that right tackle to grab a hold or to jump off sides in nervousness. We have to have Odafe always be accounted for. It cannot be one of those games where he doesn't show up or his name is not being called. Okay. I think also with that, if we get into the backfield, we have to bring Mahomes to the ground. It's not good enough just to make contact. We must bring him to the ground, right? The second player is none other than Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams in a Baltimore Ravens uniform has not performed up to his contract. When he first started last year, he showed some real promise. He was ball hawking, taking the ball away. We have to have that Marcus Williams today. He has to have that elite level range that we know he has. We have to have that elite level ball hawking skill that we know he has. At least for one game, we need to see that. Because if he can be in right place, right time, and he can make Patrick Mahomes have to look twice at a receiver, we can be in great position to manage this offense. You see, I expect all the other guys, all of our Pro Bowlers. I believe they'll have a prominent role in today's game, but we need those two guys to step up. I think those are the keys to victory. Three offensive keys to victory. I think key number one: allow the pass to set up the run. Typically, it's reverse, but I believe 100% that the Chiefs will blitz and they'll blitz. And when they get tired of blitzing, guess what they're going to do? They're going to blitz some more. Why? Because that is the way that teams believe that they can manage, minimize, reduce Lamar Jackson. And I believe that if we come into this game with a healthy expectation that they are going to blitz us repeatedly, and we have a game plan already in place, not one we have to adjust to, but a game plan in place to handle that blitz, we cause two problems for them. We make them second guess the blitz, and we make them back off in run defense. Key number two, I believe the second key offensively is to make sure we're going to Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. They need to be on the field at the same time. If they're on the field at the same time, a defense can't just say, let's take Mark Andrews away. A team just can't say, let's take Isaiah Likely away because both of them are on the field. Their linebacker, Bolden, is a pretty good player, but he'll have to pick and choose which one he tries to cover. They'll have to pick and choose which one they try to cover with the safety. And then that leaves the underneath routes open. So I believe if we show them some two tight end sets, that also helps offset a blitz. That also helps offset, stacking the box because that gives us extra blockers, and that also gives us, the opportunity to crash down in the run game. We need to see Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews on the field at the same time. I think that combination could be devastating. When I say devastating, I'm talking about to the tune of, 10 catches over 125 yards. If Mark Andrews is healthy, like everybody speaks that he is, with Isaiah Likely, we should be able to handle everything in the middle of the field. We should really be able to stress this defense. Key number three: catch what is catchable. What I mean by that is there is a such thing as a catch radius. So if something is in my catch radius, I must come down with the ball. That has to be the perspective for our wide receivers. Catch what is catchable. Ball hits your hands, catch it. Haul it in. We cannot have anything carrying off a wide receiver's hands and end up in a defender's hands. And if you can't catch it, knock it down. A bonus for this team is no dumb stuff. We understand that there is a renegade type referee in this game, but we cannot give them any reason to call penalties on us. Offensive line must be on side. You know the snap count, you have the advantage, we must be on sides. If a play is going the opposite direction, keep your hands to yourself, no holding. If the play's already run past you, no holding. On defense, play the ball and the receiver, meaning guard the receiver, play the ball so that you don't get yourself into pass interference. If we can minimize and eliminate those dumb penalties, we have a good chance to win this game. Another bonus, don't get out coached. You see, everything that we've learned and stumbled and fumbled through this season has brought us here. Our coaching staff has shown up. Our players have shown up and began to execute over the last 8, 9 games pretty consistently. And now we have to put everything that we've done and shown ourselves to be on display. The overarching key to victory to this game is unfamiliarity. The Kansas City Chiefs do not know us. They've never collided with this team. They've never felt this team. See, they know the 2021 version, which also ended in a win. But they don't know this version of Lamar Jackson with Odell. Zay Flowers replacing Marquise Brown. They don't know Isaiah Likely because he was still in college. They don't know this version of offense. They don't know the Todd Monken system, at least as the Baltimore Ravens use it. See, they don't really know us like that. You see, and on the defensive side of the ball, they don't know this team with Roquan and Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton, who was also still in college. See, they don't know this team. See, they've never seen Jadavion Clowney and Kyle Van Noy, two veterans off the edge, play at a veteran level with this team and this scheme. You see, Mike McDonald wasn't even the DC 2021. That was Wink Martindale. So they don't know us. See, so everything they saw on film, they've never felt. Everything they knew from then, they don't know now. And I think if we get on the field and we be who we're supposed to be, we win this game. I'm going to change my score one last time. We win this game 32-23 with a fourth quarter touchdown by Lamar Jackson to put it out of reach. I believe some key numbers in this game. I think Lamar Jackson has 250 yards passing. I think he ends up with 3 total touchdowns. And I think he ends up with 85 yards plus running. I think as a team, as a whole, I think we rush for 215 plus yards. I think defensively, we end up with 2 turnovers. And I think one of them, at least one, is going to be an interception. That's what I believe. I believe we come out and ball, and I believe we hold this team to under 80 yards rushing. I believe we come away with 4 sacks in this game. Minimum 4 sacks. And I believe that if we hit those numbers, we're going to go on to the Super Bowl for the first time in 12 years. I'm your guy, Boulanger. This is the GM. Oh, wait a minute. Let me hit some symmetry with you guys for a moment. The Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl in the season of 2000. They turned around and won it 12 years later in the season of 2012. Now they're turning around and in 2024, and we have a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. Maybe symmetry is in our favor. I'm your guy, Boulanger. See you guys tonight after the game. I'm out.